Here's a concept that doesn't get nearly enough attention in intermittent fasting discussions, and it might be the single most important factor determining who succeeds and who struggles with fasting protocols. We're talking about metabolic flexibility, your body's ability to efficiently switch between burning carbohydrates and burning fats for fuel. Think of metabolic flexibility as your body's fuel management system. A metabolically flexible person can use glucose when it's available, switch to burning fat during fasting periods without drama, and transition back smoothly when they eat again. A metabolically inflexible person, often someone with insulin resistance or prediabetes, gets stuck primarily burning glucose and struggles to access fat stores efficiently. This explains so much of the variation in intermittent fasting responses. People with good metabolic flexibility often report feeling energized during fasts, experiencing clear thinking, and adapting quickly to fasting protocols. People with poor metabolic flexibility report intense hunger, brain fog, irritability, and may actually feel worse on intermittent fasting, at least initially. The physiology here is fascinating. Metabolic flexibility involves your mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of your cells. Flexible mitochondria can efficiently process both glucose and fatty acids. Inflexible mitochondria, often damaged by years of overnutrition and sedentary behavior, struggle with this switching. Insulin resistance plays a huge role too. When your cells are resistant to insulin, you have trouble storing glucose, but you also have trouble accessing fat stores because insulin, even at slightly elevated levels, inhibits fat breakdown. Here's the good news. Metabolic flexibility can be improved. It's not a fixed trait. Exercise, particularly high-intensity interval training and strength training, dramatically improves mitochondrial function and metabolic flexibility. Regular physical activity teaches your body to efficiently use different fuel sources. Reducing processed carbohydrates and increasing dietary fat can help too, as it forces your body to adapt to using fat for fuel. The practical implication is huge. If you're metabolically inflexible, jumping straight into aggressive intermittent fasting might be miserable and counterproductive. You might be better off first improving your metabolic flexibility through exercise, better food choices, and more moderate approaches like a 12-hour eating window before attempting longer fasts. There are ways to assess your metabolic flexibility, though they're not perfect. Can you skip breakfast without becoming ravenous and irritable by 10 a.m.? That suggests some degree of flexibility. Do you experience stable energy throughout the day, or do you crash hard between meals? Crashes suggest inflexibility. How do you feel during the first few weeks of fasting? Severe struggles might indicate underlying metabolic inflexibility. This is also why some research shows minimal benefits from intermittent fasting in certain populations. If you're studying metabolically healthy, active individuals who already have good metabolic flexibility, adding intermittent fasting might not produce dramatic changes because their metabolism is already functioning well. The biggest benefits might accrue to people with metabolic inflexibility, but ironically, they're also the ones who struggle most with initial adherence. The future of intermittent fasting recommendations should include metabolic flexibility assessment. We should be prescribing different protocols based on someone's current metabolic state, gradually progressing from easier interventions to more aggressive fasting as flexibility improves. This personalized approach would likely improve adherence and outcomes compared to one-size-fits-all recommendations.